and welcome to episode 54 of the Rhody Rumble podcast. Today we are joined by Rhody Men's soccer forward, Patrick Agyemang. He hails from East Hartford, Connecticut. How you doing today, Patrick?
I'm good. I'm happy to be here.
Awesome. Right off the bat, I know we talked a little bit about it just now, but any big summer plans or any way that you're preparing for this upcoming season?
Yeah, just focused on relaxing as much as possible. Definitely trying to enjoy my summer. I think this year, last year, I know I did a little bit of playing over the summer, but this year I think I'm focused on just like little details to hopefully help me for the fall.
Yeah, absolutely. Such a mental sport too, and make sure that your head is in the right place for the season. So just to kind of clear your thoughts and rest up, it's going to be a good one. I'm definitely looking forward to it and following what you guys can accomplish next year. So best
Sure.
of luck with that. Question I love to start with on this podcast is, what motivates you, or what is your why?
That's a great question. So I think what motivates me the most is definitely family. My dad and my mom, they're like really, ever since I was growing up with them, like they always show like they want to improve themselves. Like they want to show me like the hard work. They're always working hard. Always at times like I barely see them. Like when I was younger, like they're always out working, and it just made me realize that it's not as easy as I thought it was for them. Like the life in general, they done a lot for me and my family, and me and my brothers, like we realized that. So I think that's the main thing that motivates me to give them the most maximum effort on the field. And another thing is definitely God. I'm definitely like a religious guy. I definitely have that, try to build that relationship with God. And I think, in my opinion, this is something I enjoy doing. So I definitely enjoy it. And with that, I just always want to just keep going.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like with anything you do in life, whether it's a sport or it's something else, podcast, anything like that, just to keep going and, pushing yourself to get better and, always striving to succeed, never really being satisfied with your game or anything like that. So that's definitely good to hear as well. So as I mentioned, you're originally from East Hartford, Connecticut. I'm curious how you got into soccer. Were you always attracted to the sport, or did you sort of develop that over time? I did see that you ran track and played volleyball in high school as well. So what was it about, soccer that you knew you wanted to go on to the collegiate level and expand on that career?
Yeah. So I think soccer's always been my number one. My dad actually was a former goalkeeper, so I think he kind of had a little strategy going to making sure that we all try to play at least a little bit of soccer. So I started at a young age. I started around 6. Obviously, I don't remember much, but as I grew, I remember when I was like around 8 or 9, I really just always wanted to play. Like there would be days where I'll have a game on Saturday, and on Monday I'm like, I can't wait till Saturday. I can't wait till Saturday. So I think I had that feeling throughout, even till now, where I'm so excited to play. And I even, like you said, I try like track, volleyball. I enjoy those sports too, but I just think nothing really like could overcome the love and feeling I had for something. So
Yeah, absolutely. Just finding that passion. And like you said, it's kind of in your blood, your father played the sport. So just kind of continuing on, his legacy and continuing to bring it to the collegiate level. And clearly you found success doing that. So that's incredible to hear, and that you've built up that game, but also just as an athlete in general. You said that you played multiple sports in high school. So you're going to go off to the next level and do something, but just finding that love or finding that passion of what exactly it will be. And it seems like for you, it's always been soccer. So that's, again, great to hear. And, Rhode Island is definitely lucky to have you. So I want to get into a little bit about before Rhode Island, playing at East Connecticut State, and then go into your transition to the University of Rhode Island. So following high school, you committed to play for East Connecticut State University, which is in Division III. You did find some success in your first season there, LEC Rookie of the Year, LEC First Team, 3-time LEC Rookie of the Week. So I was just wondering, what went into the decision to play there initially, and then if you could just share, your experience with the Warriors in those 2 seasons.
yeah, cool. So senior year, I didn't really have any much offers or options in college way. I didn't really have that understanding on how you're supposed to reach out to schools and stuff like that. So I didn't really know much. I was just kind of like, let me play. Hopefully someone comes. I had a senior night, and then Eastern came. They and like what they saw, and then they talked to me, talked to my dad about it, and I was like, shoot, I'd rather at least go somewhere to play, at least to start somewhere. And the main thing that my dad always told me was like, it doesn't really matter where you start, and it always only matters where you end. And that kind of like was engraved in my head since like that year, because it was like I was always in my head talking about like, oh, my friends have this, my friends have that, but I didn't really have anything. So freshman year, I went into it. I was just like, just try to enjoy it, like have fun. I mean, this is something new, but I didn't really know what I was getting into. And it was definitely, it was very different from high school to college, because college is way more intense. Obviously, there's grown like men in there compared to high school. So I definitely, in the first couple of weeks, I was kind of like, ooh, what's going on? But then I kind of I got my flow into it. I had coaches that were really on me that I struggled with in the beginning because I wasn't used to it, but it helped me, like, help my mental part. It helped me grow into a player that I am now. And I think my teammates were always guiding me. So freshman year, when I was able to get like rookie of the year, I was like, whoa, this is like insane. Like I wouldn't even think about that. So then I brought that into sophomore year. And then at the addition when my brother came in from Springfield, it kind of helped me like realize like, I got my brother now. So now we could work even harder and stuff. And it was just like, it was like a family, like a real life family that I enjoyed. I don't remember having one bad day. Like I remember always being happy going to training and stuff. So I was never in my head when I was playing. So sophomore year, like I think every game I was just having fun, like doing the things that I know I could do, like enjoying myself. And then I was able to get like even more accolades. So it's like, I think without this process, the process I had, like going to Eastern, I don't think I'd be the player I am today. So I definitely appreciate the fact that I didn't have the offers that I'd wanted at the time back then.
Yeah, absolutely. And I feel like you talk about, it doesn't matter where you start, it's where you end. And I feel like, again, that's just a great piece of advice that your father gave you just in life. It doesn't matter. You might come out of college and work a job that, isn't exactly what you're looking to make or exactly what you're looking to do or accomplish in whatever field you go into, but working your way up and sort of, looking for a promotion or always looking to improve yourself, not even just as an athlete, but as an individual. That's just great advice in general. And that last part that you said just about, if you didn't have any offers, if you didn't go to Eastern Connecticut, you wouldn't be the athlete, you wouldn't be the player you are today. I feel like that's definitely, kind of a shock to you because, yes, you're staying in state, but it's not, what you're looking to do. It's not your end goal. But if it weren't for that experience, you wouldn't be at the University of Rhode Island. You wouldn't be playing Division I soccer. So
Yeah.
it's definitely cool to see sort of that underdog mentality in the way that you've worked your way up and really putting in the work behind the scenes to, the results
Mm-hmm.
that are shown on the field. So that's pretty
For
cool to
sure.
see.
For sure.
Yeah. Leading to my next question, actually. So following your time at ECSU, you decided to transfer to the University of Rhode Island. So if you could just talk about, that jump or that transition to Division I, and URI, and also maybe what Coach Elliott and some of the coaching staff, how they helped you throughout that process.
Yeah. I remember this was when COVID was at its peak. It was fall 2020, and I wasn't really playing. We didn't have any games for Eastern, and I definitely felt I wanted to like try something new. Like I wanted to try something that's like more intense. I felt like, and um, I had help from a couple of my friends. They kind of gave me advice, and then ended up getting in the portal. When I was talking to the coaches, I felt at ease. They said the right things, and everything they said was true. Like everything they said was true. It was definitely like a stressful process because you don't like to leave where you started. Like, like I felt at home at Eastern, and it was such a quick transition because I came in the spring 2021 and leaving like all this happened like late fall 2020. So it was like very quick. But Elliot, Bassett, they talked their talks for me, and they made me feel at home. They made me feel a lot of my family feel at home, and I just enjoyed it ever since. So it was definitely like a smooth transition. Definitely a little rocky just because obviously I'm leaving Eastern so quick. My friends, all the people I made, and it's at peak of COVID. I know I'm not gonna meet anybody, so it was kind of like, is this the risk that I'm willing to take, or settle or stay for what I know is so.
Yeah, COVID was such a challenging time, I mean, for everyone, but I can't imagine, for you guys, college athletes, like what that experience was like. And that actually brings me into my next question, which, the first year you were with the program, The season was shortened to 6 games. You played, it was the spring of 2021 due to the pandemic. So, like, how did your training or preparation for the season change? Did it change significantly, being that it was a different time of year? And also, just personally, on a personal note, because mental health is so important in athletes, like, how did COVID impact you personally?
Yeah. I honestly, I'd say like for myself, I'll say I'm a social guy, kind of like I like
Yeah.
meeting new people. I like just building friends and stuff like that. But I came in with one of my roommates, one of my teammates, Ivan Montaro. Like it was me and him, and we both are, I'll say, social people, and we wanted to like meet people, but we just couldn't.
Yeah.
And we're new here, so it was like we don't have our friend groups or whatever. We don't have anything like that. So that part was hard because I like to be social off the pitch too. Like I like to have a life off the pitch, so that it kind of balances out. So without that, I think the training we started early. We started, I want to say, in January, and I enjoyed it. Like right away, the kids, like the players on my team, were just such good people. They invited me like into everything, like making me feel at ease, and that definitely helped me because it made me feel comfortable, allowing me to play, like do what I know I could do. Um, as the season started, like the game started, and I believe we lost like PC or something, and like it bothered me bad because I wanted to show like to everyone that, oh, I'm here, like I want to prove myself, but obviously I didn't. Like as a team, we lost, and I couldn't go, oh, let me go talk to my friends. Like no, I have to go straight to my room and just be by myself because COVID was terrible. Mentally, I think I had great support. My friends and families from back home, like they always were there for me. My brothers, I talked to them like every day. Um, just updating them on things in life because it was a change, and I didn't want to stray away from the person I was. So I definitely always continue to talk to the people that I know I trust, and they helped me. Yvonne helped me. Like we were there for each other. So it was definitely hard, but I try my best to make the most out of it because at the end of the day, I was blessed to even have this opportunity to come to Rhode Island. So I'm not gonna complain about the situation because I want to be here, and this is the choice I made. So definitely sacrifice, but it was worth it.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, chemistry is so important, on and off the field or the floor of the pitch. It's so important no matter what sport, we're talking about. Again, I've interviewed a lot of basketball players, I've interviewed a lot of baseball players, different athletes and different individuals at the university and just in general. And it's so important to have that chemistry, especially right now. Again, I've talked to a lot of basketball players, and right now they're kind of going through a rebuilding process on the men's side, with a new head coach, bringing in new players. So, coming into the university, as a new player with just one teammate, you kind of have to start fresh. You kind of have to hit that restart button. So I give you a lot of credit. And to do it during a pandemic, I was on campus last year as well, and it was completely dead. So, I
Yeah,
mean, I feel like I'm a very social person as well. And I was pretty much like in my Brickside suite half the time because there was nowhere else to go. So
yeah,
I give you a lot of credit, being able to transfer midway through college during the pandemic and then sort of kind of, I guess, develop chemistry during such unprecedented times. I can't
mhm,
imagine, how difficult and challenging that was, even if it, didn't maybe seem like it in the moment, but it seemed to work out for you because, again, the success really shows on the floor, or on the field. So that actually leads me into this past season, and you had an incredible season, again, leading the team in goals with 10, assists with 6, points with 26, two-time Atlantic 10 Player of the Week, named to the 2021 Atlantic 10 All-Conference First Team, also the Atlantic 10 All Championship team. And I feel like you really broke out this season with Rhode Island. The team really relied on you. The games that I watched, I feel like a lot of your teammates really rallied around you, especially in like big situations. You stepped up to drive in success. So clutch moments, just to name a few: Stasi's game-winning goal at Merrimack, which you assisted on, your hat trick over Brown, then the 88th minute equalizer, and the double overtime draw against Providence. Some huge moments that really led to the success this past season. So what was that like for you to really take a big step this past season with Rhode Island, establish yourself to one of the leaders on this program?
yeah. Obviously, I transferred in. I was like a junior, so like I'm definitely like an older guy. And I knew coming into I'll be like the redshirt junior guy, so I'm pretty much a senior. So I had an understanding of how college footy is, but obviously it's different levels. D3 and D1, completely different things. Um, I think the main thing, I just like to give my teammates confidence and like encouragement, and through that, like play with my ability. I want to do it through ability as well, because I know at times I'm not really. Sometimes I'm like I could be a good leader, but sometimes it's like I could be hard on people. Like that's how most people are, I feel like. And it was like the balance that my teammates had on me, like they helped me do what I could do. They made me feel comfortable. So I tried to do the same. And like that's what I always wanted to do. I wanted to like work hard and play as best as I could and be consistent, because once you're a consistent player, like you're confident in yourself. And like I always try to focus on the little details. And that's why I think like in those moments I kind of just try to focus as much as possible and like restrain from like thinking about, oh, what if we lose, what if I like do this, what if I mess up in this, and just be like be in the moment, dial in, and just play as best as you can. Because as long as you play your best and you work your hardest, sometimes like the game won't go your way. So I think that's kind of what I focused on, is just playing my best even if the game doesn't go my way.
Yeah, and I feel like the second you start worrying about, the what ifs, what if I let up a goal, or what if I'm not in the right place that I am on the field or positioned the right way, what if I should have made a pass there but I didn't, that's when the rest of the game, your head is somewhere else, your mental state is in somewhere else. But really, like you said, just to keep, complete focus on the game in front of you in the moment, that's so important, because things could change so quickly in soccer, or, it's such a fast-paced game. One half can go by, 2 goals are let up, and the next half, 3 unanswered goals can be scored. So it's such a quick game, similar to hockey. Anything can really happen. And I feel like most of these sports, anything can really happen. I've seen a couple of baseball games this spring where one inning, Rhode Island will let up a couple runs, and then in the very next inning they retaliate with another couple runs. So it's so quick to, with the snap of your finger, with one swing, with one kick, the whole game could change. So really just to keep, your eyes forward on what's in front of you and just stay in the moment, like you said, it's so important. So, and again, that really did, show the success that you guys had this past season. And I'm sure down the road, hopefully there'll be more success for this program. I definitely know with some young talent coming in. So a few more questions for you. What is something you wish you knew, coming into the University of Rhode Island that you now know and you wish you could tell, your old self coming in, that really just helped you improve as an individual?
I think to not stress myself out. I feel like I came in and it was just like, oh my gosh, like this is Division I, like I gotta do this, I gotta do that. But I think it's more, I wish I told myself like you're gonna have great people around you. Like it's not like they're gonna look at you and be like, who's this guy? Like they welcome you. Like I got welcomed so quick, and it was like I still was stressing myself out. I was like, I gotta do this, I gotta do this, I gotta do this. Like I gotta score, I gotta make this play, I gotta do that. But I really didn't have to. Like at the end of the day, like the guys around me, like my teammates were probably like the best teammates I had. Like they always were there for me. I would shoot the ball way over, like blast it all the way to the stands or whatever, and they'd just be like, "Oh, like that was a good look. Like unlucky, but next one, like And I think even though I was hearing that, I still was thinking like especially when I first got there, I was like, oh, like that was bad. Like come on, Pat, like in my head, but I didn't need to be because I had the right people around me. So I definitely think like I wish I was more just calm, like enjoy it. You're here. It's like have fun with it rather than like you gotta do this like check. Like rather than that, I wish I was just more like relaxed. But definitely am now, so I'm happy about it.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm glad you realized that, earlier on, because again, some people don't realize that until after their playing career. I wish I, wasn't as stressed all the time. I wish I didn't beat myself up over plays, stuff like that, but you realize that coming to URI that, all the people around you have your back, everyone supports you. And again, that's made you a better person, a better player or athlete in the end. So credit to that as well. That's incredible to see. And, just teamwork in general. Again, soccer is such a team sport, setting up plays, passes, assists, shots on net. Everything is, driven by the teamwork behind it. And the plays are driven behind, one person passes it to another in order for someone to score or in order for it to be a goal. So, I mean, it's so important to, again, have that chemistry and to realize, these people are, your brothers essentially, and this is your family and you're going to get through it, and whatever is, in the way, you'll find a way to get past it. So again, that's an awesome job by you. I know you still have some of your collegiate career left of you, some time still left at this level, but what is the ultimate goal, or what is the end goal for you? You know, where do you see yourself post-graduation?
Yeah, definitely, like you never know with this game. Like it could take you anywhere. If I to have the chance to play after school, sure, I love that because it's still the game I love to this day. Um, but that's the goal, just to have faith that whatever I do, as long as I'm focused and as long as I work hard and stuff, God will put that in place for me. Like as long as I do the work, I think, and I have the faith for it, I think everything will probably settle for itself. So I definitely have high hopes for myself. I'm not gonna overanalyze anything. I'm not gonna overstress anything. But as long as I do the work off the field and on the field, I think you never know. Maybe play after school or maybe just get into a work field. So
Yeah,
definitely not stressing too much about it. Just enjoying right now.
yeah, absolutely. And everything happens for a reason too. So wherever you end up, it's going to be for a reason. You may not realize it in that moment, but a couple of years later, a couple of years down the road, you'll think about it, like sort of like with your experience with Eastern Connecticut. You may not have realized, why am I not getting any offers, when your friends around you or people around you, we're getting offers or we're playing, at the division level, but it happened for a reason. You're starting to realize that now. So you may not know what it is now, what you're going to do, post graduation, but whatever it is, I'm sure you're gonna, succeed at it and do a great job at it. And we'll just have to see. But everyone has a different journey too. But everything happens for reasons. What I truly believe. So we'll see. But last question for you. The goal this season has to be, win the Atlantic 10, bring a championship back to Kingston. What makes Rhode Island in the best shape to accomplish that in the Atlantic 10? What can you tell Rhody fans who may be watching this at home, or who might be watching this video, why they should be excited for this fall?
Yeah, I think we should be really excited. We brought a couple good players in, and we pretty much have the same exact team. So it's like the chemistry just built. It's just more of a brotherhood, and we're all excited. Like we're all just like anxious to get back on the field and play with each other. We know that this year it potentially could be a really great year for us. We have all the pieces, I believe, and I believe our team believes that we needed and we need for this season. Yeah, it's gonna be a great one. I'm so excited. I know that my teammates are excited. We're all just ready to go, and our coaches are really excited for us too. And just can't wait till August.
Yeah, absolutely. I can't wait either. Patrick, thank you so much for taking the time. I look forward to seeing what you and this program are going to do, next season, and what you guys are going to accomplish in the future as well. Best of luck. And of course, go Rhody.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Already.
Thank you.